Hey guys, it's the Scholar General, 莫讲点兵. So today I want to make a little video about horse archery and horse archers. Now, in the past, a few years ago, both Scholar Gladiatoria and Lindy Beige, two channels that I love, they both each made a video talking about horse archers, and they basically said horse archers are kind of overhyped and they're not as good as lots of people think they are, and that some problems with horse archers are that they can't really take positions or hold positions very well. And so I just wanted to kind of talk about this some. And actually, I think part of the problem is that both Lindy Beige and Schola Gladiatoria aren't exactly putting horse archers in their proper context. Now, the main context for horse archers and large amounts of horse archers is on the Eurasian steppe. Now, the steppe is a big zone that goes from like Hungary all the way to Korea. It's a big grassland. It's predominated by lots of grass and not as many trees because it doesn't rain as much there. Now, it's also a place where the main form of economic production is nomadism, where people raise sheep and goats to earn their livelihood, and also there are many horses and many horse cultures across the Eurasian steppe. Now, whenever you're going to have conflict on the steppe, horse archers are going to be extremely valuable. This is not only because the distance is involved and the relatively low density of population. You have to ride for a while to get anywhere on the steppe, for one, and for two, you have so much open space. Now, whenever you have, there have been many armies from non-nomadic societies like China or the Byzantine Empire and other sedentary powers that try to project force out on the steppe, and it's possible to do, but it's very, very dangerous because the problem is that you can take an army out onto the steppe and the horse archers never have to engage. They can just keep moving. They can just move away from you. And this is just a classic thing that predominates all forms of all steppe warfare amongst all types of peoples and groups that live there. Because they also they're nomads. They don't have a rooted settlement, so they can move their settlement too if need be. Now, so the problem is you can have an army that is predominantly composed of horse archers that can defeat many, many other types of armies, because the army can go out and the steppe army can hold initiative. Basically, they might lose ground, but they can control when and where engagements occur, and that's very, very invaluable when it comes to fighting, obviously. You can just, the army can sit there and try to hold a position and bunker down, and the steppe army can just kind of circle around them. And that's actually a very common practice, is encirclement. Many steppe groups and peoples, like the Khitans or the Mongols, they would hold large hunting parties which were actually training for war, where you try to make a large encirclement of a large zone, and you slowly tighten in the circle. And encirclement is basically one of the most favored steppe tactics in war. So if your army gets surrounded, there's nowhere really for you to go, and they can just sit there and wait you out. It's like a siege at that point, except you're not in a castle. You're just a sitting army, and it's not a good situation to be in at all. So there's just so many things going in favor of steppe archers or horse archers when you get out on the steppe, just because of the open spaces involved. And if we look at things like the Mongol Empire, it shouldn't be a coincidence that they conquered basically everything that touches the steppe directly. They did penetrate further into some areas, but it was much more difficult, and it required a lot more auxiliary forces and working with locals basically to get there. But in general, they fairly easily, I say easily, nothing is easy, but they impressively managed to take the entire steppe and a bunch of the adjacent bordering regions. So that's not a coincidence, and it's because of the power of massed horse archers and the difficulties of engaging with them. So that's just a really kind of short and to the point video I wanted to make, just talking a little bit about steppe archers. There's a lot more to say. I'll have to make more videos in the future, I'm sure. But I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, and thanks everyone for watching, and please subscribe.